بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بفضل بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم عجل لوليك الفرج الشريف عليهم الصلاة والسلام اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم والعن أعداءهم أجمعين. Respected scholars, elders, youngsters, viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. As we advance in narrating the exegesis of Ziyarat Aali Yaseen, we look at the 5th verse whereby we say, Assalamu alayka ya hujjat Allahi wa dalila iradatih. Salutations upon you, O Allah's proof and the indicator towards His intention. Allah's intention. So when we look at this line, this verse, we see a very familiar word which is Hujjatullah. All of us know that Ahlul Bayt are Hujjatullah. But what do we mean when we look at this word? What do we mean when we say this word? Proof of Allah? Yes, but proof for what? So the Ahlul Bayt alayhimu salatu wasalam's brilliant personality is Allah's most magnificent proof and argument on the earth. In the sense that they manifest Allah through their actions, through their words, through their deeds. They manifest Allah. How? Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has been recorded to have said, أول ما خلق الله نوري. The very first thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created is my light. Now notice that one of the names of Allah is An-Nur. He is the Nur-e-Jali, the exalted light. And that Nur did what? Created another Nur and called it Nur-e-Muhammad. And then he further broke Nur-e-Muhammad into two. He kept one part called Muhammad and maintained it, and he called the other part Ali. Then he further broke the Nur of Muhammad into a portion and called it Fatimeh. And then he merged the Nur of Ali and Fatimeh, and then he made other portions which are the Aimma Tahirin. According to certain riwayah, after the Aimma Tahirin, after the 14 infallibles, the prophets were created, the remaining prophets. And according to some riwayah, the Malaika were created. And according to some riwayah, the true Shia of Amir al-Mu'mineen who have accepted the wilayah of Amir al-Mu'mineen were created. So there are certain narrations with the levels of this Nur. The point we are trying to prove here is that Allah is Rahman. But because Allah is Rahman, what does He say? Rasulullah is what? وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةٌ لِلْعَالَمِينَ. That we have not sent you down, O Prophet, except as a mercy towards mankind. Why? He is the most merciful. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. He is the most benevolent. So, O Muhammad, we are sending you down to be benevolent. And when Muhammad is benevolent, so is Ali and Zahraa and Hassan and all the Hussein and the remaining of the Yabna Zahraa. All of them are the benevolent as well. Allah is Satarul Ayub. Allah is Ghaffar al-Zunub. Allah is Kashiful Kurub. Let me take you one step further. There are certain personalities whom the Holy Prophet, whom the Ahlul Bayt have accepted as theirs, and they say that they are ours, they are our children. And one certain personality is Yabna Zahraa Abul Fadl Abbas. I said Allah is Ghaffar al-Zunub, Kashiful Kurub, and you say, Ya Kashif الكرب عن وجه الحسين اكشف كربي بحق أخيك الحسين يا أبا الفضل العباس. And so Allah manifests Himself through His proofs, through His argument. You want to see the mercy of Allah? Look at the rahmah, look at the muhabbat, look at the kindness of Ahlul Bayt. You want to see the maghfirah of Allah? forgiving the Ahlul Bayt are. Let me stop here and take you towards an incident after the fall of Kufa, when Mukhtar al-Thaqafi had taken over power and all the Yazidi Fauj had collapsed and could not have any means of sustenance. They had saturated and separated. One such person comes to Medina, and when he comes to the city of the Holy Prophet, he sees somebody in the middle of the night distributing food and drinks to the needy, and he goes to him. And when he goes to him, he takes food, he drinks. Some riwayahs say that according to some narration, for 3 days Imam al-Sajjad showed hospitality to him, fed him, gave him a place to stay, gave him drinks, made him comfortable. And on the 3rd day he noticed the marks of the chains on the hands of Sayyidul Sajideen, Zainul Abidin. He got scared, he trembled of fear, because at that point he was powerful. Now he was weak, he had no power, he was abased, he was displaced, and he wanted to leave, he wanted to run away from there. And Imam says, "Where are you going, O traveler? Where are you going? Do you have a place to go to? Do you have someone to feed you? Have you already figured out your way?" But how we would put it in our way, that you are leaving from here. That man trembling says, "No, you will not recognize me, but I have recognized you." Can you imagine? He recognizes Sayyid al-Sajideen through the marks of oppression, through the chains, through the burning chains that Imam's hands were tied with, through those tight chains to the bleeding hands of Imam. Riwayat say Imam Sajjad had those marks till he passed away, till he attained Shahada, till he was martyred. So he recognized Imam through the marks, and he says, "You will not recognize me, you will not know who I am, but if you know who I am, you will certainly punish me, because at that time you are my Asir. Today I am your Asir." Imam Sajjad, with tears of blood in his eyes, says, "Oh Hasin bin Namir, how can I ever forget the person who struck a spear into the chest of my brother Ali al-Akbar and then broke it and said, 'Let me see your father taking out this spear from your chest.' Oh Hasin bin Namir, that was your hospitality to me when I was your guest. This is my hospitality to you when you are my guest. Hujjatullahi ala arzik." The proof of Allah. You want to see Allah's forgiveness? Look at the forgiveness of the Ahlul Bayt. You want to see Allah's kindness? Look at the kindness of Ahlul Bayt. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in numerous places in the Quran says that He will forgive. One such ayah is, "Ya ibadi alladhina zalamu ala anfusihim, la taqnatu min rahmatillah, inna Allaha yaghfiru dhunuba jami'a." All those slaves, all those servants who have wronged your souls, do not lose hope in the mercy of Allah. Allah, verily, verily, without doubt, inna Allah, without doubt, there is no question, there is not an iota of doubt in this, that Allah verily forgives all sins, jamia. All sins are forgiven. You want to look at the manifestation of Allah? You look at the Ahlul Bayt, you look at their lifestyles, you look at how they are. They are the direct proof of Allah. They are Allah's argument that Haqq exists. They are Allah's argument that goodness exists in the time of today where there is evil everywhere. The proof of Allah is telling you Haqq exists. In our previous clip, we said the verse of Surah Al-Bani Israel inscribed on the right palm of Imam Waqt, وَقُلْ جَاءَ الْحَقَّ وَزَحَقَ الْبَاطِلَ إِنَّ الْبَاطِلَ كَانَ زَهُوقًا. That truth has come, falsehood has perished. Verily, falsehood is a thing bound to be perished. And so, when we look at it, we see that Haqq exists, and so long as the Haqqullah exists, Haqq Ahlul Bayt will always exist. However much the enemies try to extinguish this light, this Noor Jali, the Tajalli Rasul, the Tajalli Khuda will never ever be able to be diminished. And now let me tell you a beautiful statement that narratives record Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq to have said that, Imam Muhammad al-Baqir to have said that, Imam Hassan al-Askari alayhi salatu wassalam to have said it, and every proof of Allah at one point or the other have said, Nahnu hujjatullahi ala alameen, we are the proofs of Allah on the universes. وَحُجَّتُنَا سَيِّدَةُ الْفَاطِمَةُ الزَّهْرَى, and our proof is our grandmother Sayyida Fatimatu Zahraa. So this is Allah's proof and the indicator towards His intention. What intention of Allah? So Allah's intention is manifested in two aspects of the world of creation. One is Alam Takwini, in the world of action, and the other is Alam Tashri'i, through His rules. Yeah. So in Alam Takwini, Allah's intention implies His creation, like the earth, the sky, sun, moon, planets, the universes, us ourselves, our creation. This is the intention of Allah. Allah says in the Holy Quran, وَمَا خَلَقَ الْجِنِّ وَالْإِنسِ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. It's the intention of Allah. So this is the intention, Alam Takwini, that Allah has to say kun, be, and it becomes fayakun. But what is the intention, the shari intention of Allah? Now the shari intention of Allah is the commandments and the prohibitions that He has defined for His creatures. The shari rules, we read Tawzi'ul Masail. We follow a marja'i ala to explain to us the complex rulings of Allah's religion. So what are all these? What is the intention? The intention is simply for us to be able to live a life in accordance to how Allah wants us to live, and in accordance to what the Ahlul Bayt have laid down for us. Now with this above explanation, when we reflect upon the Imam's attribute of being a pointer towards Allah's intention, we realize that He guides us towards both these worlds, Takwini as well as Shari'i. Every action of the Ahlul Bayt points towards in Allah's intentions. Like we said, because they are the Yadullah, Lisanullah, they are the Nafsullah, and so in that way we follow their footsteps so that we be able to be on the right path. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
مانده ام مولا محزون و خسته، چشمم به راحت در خون نشسته. الاجل مولا مولا مولا، الاجل مولا